Hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to the stream. Sunday morning, at least where I am in my part of the world. Hope you're doing well wherever you are. It's a lazy Sunday morning. It's my second or third Sunday stream of the new year, so thank you for joining. So, a little bit about this class. Every Sunday I teach 10 a.m. EST, and this is just a classic Pilates mat class. We'll mix it up every week, but it's going to be rooted in the classical mat system. Today I think we're going to stick a little bit more to the intermediate system, and we might incorporate some rolling exercises. So normally I don't teach rolling exercises, but we're gonna do it today. So I'll give you the things to check on before we get started. But oh, hello. So thank you for the feedback. I wonder why it's choppy. I'm plugged into my Wi-Fi. We have been having plugged into my Ethernet, excuse me. It's been a little rough over here with rain and internet, so hopefully it clears up, but we'll keep an eye on it. So with that, let's get started. Couple of disclaimers not to be afraid of. So Pilates class, this is open level, so whether this is your first time or your third time this week, you can take this class. There's no requirement, so everyone's here to have fun. Meet your body where it's at. So finding our edge and challenging ourselves is one thing. Pain is not what we want. So if at any point you experience pain, abort mission and either take a modification or take a pause and meet us in the next exercise. Pushing through pain is something we never want to do. Some of us are taught this, and it just leads to bad movement patterns or injury, etc., etc. We will be doing rolling exercises today. So I have a Pilates mat, which is about an inch thick, so half an inch to an inch thick. If you are on anything thinner, I do not recommend that you do any of the rolling that we're going to do. It's just not good on our backs. So if you have a thick mat, or maybe you've doubled up, or you already do rolling exercises on a mat that works for you, take the rolling part of this. If you have a thinner mat and you've never done rolling before, I would not recommend that you roll. Holding the top of the position that we're going to walk through today is hard enough. So if anything, holding it is harder than rolling in certain aspects. And I'll give us variations to challenge that too. But rolling is a really fun thing to do, and it's also really deceiving. It looks easy, and then when you go to do it, it's very deceiving. It really gets you. It's a really hardcore exercise, so it's a really fascinating move to kind of move through. Maybe I'll do like a special workshop on here on rolling one day. But let me know what you think about that. We're gonna play with that a little today. We're gonna flop around on the mat a little bit. All right. With that, let's get started. We're gonna keep it pretty flowy because the intermediate system has more exercises in it. So we'll start with a little bit of a warm-up. I'm still waking up myself, if you can't tell. I still have my coffee here. I'll probably be sipping on it the entirety of class today because I will drink coffee all day, even if it's cold. It's a little crazy, I know. All right, starting with our knees bent in our start position, as we tend to do here on this channel. Finding your neutral spine position, so long tailbone towards the floor, Little lift between the lower back and the mat. We want the bottom tips of the ribs down and the scapula, the shoulder blades nice and long on the back. I want you to take note of the tension in the front of your throat. We carry a lot of tension in our upper bodies, especially when it's cold outside. There's a lot of shrugging of the shoulders and just extra tension on top of the normal tension that we may carry. So I want you to just try and soften that a little bit. Even taking the focus away from the tension can help release the tension. And once we get into our 100, you might not be thinking too much about your upper back anyway. So from here, let's just take a little yawning stretch here. We're going to reach the arms back behind us. Try not to splay the ribs here. We want to maintain that spinal position. And then bring your arms forward. Just 2 more times like this. I don't care if your arms touch the back of the mat. It's all about finding a little bit of an opening here. This last time as we come forward, you're going to curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. First Pilates curl of the day. Drop the tailbone. We tend to squeeze the glutes here and smush the lower back into the mat. Go from this to this. There's a big difference. And now really crease at your breastbone to curl up. Keep the back of the neck long and soft. And then slowly lower down, reach the arms all the way back. 2 more times. We curl up, roll the shoulders open, and you crease through your shoulders. 3, 2, 1, and then slowly lower back down. This last time we add on, you curl your head, neck, and shoulders up, arms reach long, your legs zip up to tabletop. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. We're going to go for our march now. Flex your feet. Make sure your shins are parallel to the mat. That's very fun. I love having a camera. It helps me. And then curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Hinging at the hip. Lengthen the thigh bone long, and then scoop to bring it up. Lengthen the other thigh bone long, and scoop, bring it up. So we're reaching. We're not bending the knee to kind of cheat getting the heel to the floor. I don't really care if the heel gets to the floor. It's all about the control and stability of your spine. Especially as the leg comes up, we tend to tuck and smush the lower back into the mat. I want you to fight that and deepen your front body towards your back body here. Let's go 2 more. Last time. Hug your knees into your chest this time as you roll down. I have a baggier shirt on today, so my mic is flopping everywhere. Take a little rock. The theme of today is flopping on the mat. Take a little rock side to side. Throw your legs up in the air. Let it feel good. This is your calm before the 100. Oh, I've lost my mic. Oh, we love that. So we all know, if you've taken this class before, or if you've taken Pilates, we all know that the 100 is a thing. She's an icon. She's perfect. She's beautiful. She looks like Linda Evangelista. She's a model. She did stone her tights, every pair of tights, and she kicks our butt every time. So from here, if this is your first time, or if this is how you're feeling today, you'll keep the legs in tabletop. If you want to up the ante, the legs will come heels together, toes apart in our Pilates stance, up to the ceiling. The lower the legs go and the longer they are, the more challenging this is. So find what works for you today. If you get to a point and you're messing with your neutral spine position to keep the legs long, take the legs more proximal, more close to the body. So here we go. We're going to reach the arms back behind us. Bring the legs to tabletop to start. You'll take an inhale. Exhale. Bring the arms forward. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Legs come to the ceiling. Stay in table. Whatever. Start to pump your arms. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now, kind of a weird detail, but keep your fingers together. Thumbs with fingers. Imagine you've got 2 puddles of water next to you, and you're splashing puddles. No bending at the elbows or the wrists. This is all about building heat. This is what I like to call the cardio move of Pilates. Let's go 4. And exhale. Maybe the legs go a little lower. And exhale. 2 more, curl up a little higher, and exhale. Last time, and exhale. Bend your knees, lower down. One hand on top of each knee, circle them away from each other, and then reverse the circle. Same number, try and be even. I've been doing Pilates over 15 years. 100 always feels like the first time. It's pretty incredible. Moving right into our roll up. We're gonna keep the little theme, I guess, of arms reaching behind us. We spend a lot of time with our shoulders rounded over our phones and computers. So it's nice to get a little chest opener here. Flex your feet and zip them together. Now I don't want you to lift your chest to the ceiling, no splaying of the ribs. Feel the front ribs draw together at the front and feel the bottom tips of the ribs draw down to the mat. Drawing your waist towards your spine, so the whole front body towards the back body. This is gonna help set that neutral spine into place. From here, take an inhale. Exhale, come through your curl, roll all the way up to seated. At the top, you drop your head, draw your waist back as you reach over your toes. And then slowly take it down bone by bone. Lower back, middle back, upper back, head. Now, if you can't get up, that's okay. You can always take a bend to the knees, hands come to the side. Let's try that. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll up. You can use your hands to help you. Nonetheless, we reach the arms overhead and then slowly take it back bone by bone, using your hands to help you guide yourself down. Last time here, take an inhale. Exhale, roll up. Dive forward. And slowly take it down. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Right away, we take that right leg, bend it into our chest, give it a little stretch. Hand comes behind the thigh, lengthen it up to the ceiling, and bend it in. 2 more times. This last time, keep it up to the ceiling. Give it one more pull towards you. Point your toe. Find a little external rotation of the leg. So this means we're not opening the whole leg. We're finding the top of our thigh bone and we're turning it open. Arms come down by your side here. Smaller circle, or the larger the circle, the more challenging. You'll take your leg across your body without lifting that hip. Circle it down and around and lift up. Take it across, down and around and lift up. Last time. And now reverse. Press your arms down into the mat and almost pull the mat apart like you're gonna rip it in half. Take a bend of that knee into your chest. Quick switch of the legs. Leg comes up to the ceiling. Let's bend and straighten. Last time. Turn out the foot because we're fancy. Don't forget to point it. Arms come down by your side. Feel like your collarbones are getting wider, like someone's got hands on both of them and they're pulling them away. Take the leg across, around and up. 2 more times. Don't let that pelvis move. Just the leg is circling onto the ceiling. Now reverse, out, around and up. Little accent on the up, around, scoop up. Last time. And up, bend your knee into your chest. Lengthen the leg long and we'll roll all the way up to seated. We're gonna take rolling like a ball here. Now, as I mentioned before, I am on a special Pilates mat that's at least 1/2 inch thick. If you are on a thinner mat, and this is your first time ever rolling, I do not recommend rolling today. If you have a squishy mat, or you've layered up your mats, or you roll all the time, you take Pilates class on a mat that you like and it's fine to roll, that's up to you. So my recommendation is if you're on like a thin yoga mat, or if it's your first time rolling and you're on a thin mat, I would not recommend it. We're gonna work on holding that position anyway, which is hard enough. So we're gonna find closer to the front edge of our mat here. You're gonna drag your heels. I'll face the front here. You're gonna bring your heels together, toes apart in your Pilates stance here. Your hands are gonna come to the fronts of your ankles. So all 10 fingers come to the front of your ankles. Your knees are the width of your shoulders. It's easy to kind of get too wide or too tight here. Just the width of your shoulders. So we already look like a ball in this position. What's going to happen now is we're going to float those heels up off the mat. Now this is where it gets hard, because if I'm on my sits bones, you can kind of see how my pelvis shifted, those two bony landmarks on my booty. Now I can balance here forever. I can do all kinds of stuff and not fall over. We're not looking for that. And we're not going to be able to come back up if we're in this position. I want you to draw your heels closer towards you. Find a C-curve shape. Think of what we did in roll up, where we're at that halfway point where we look like the capital letter C. You want to draw your waist back and think of pointing your pubic bone up to the ceiling. I want you to come just behind those sits bones. This should be hard to hold. It should feel like, whoa, I could roll backwards at any point, but I'm holding my abs, so I'm not. I am not rounding through my shoulders, so I'm not here with my C-curve. My C-curve is coming from drawing my waist backwards and drawing my pelvis forward. The drawing back of my abs initiates a pelvic tilt forward. Holding here, draw those heels closer into your C. Can you dive your head through your legs more, like you're going to tumble through your legs? Just hold here for 3, 2, 1, and then lower back down. Take a moment. It's harder than it looks to hold that position. The goal is to be as round as possible, because when we rock backwards, if your spine does not stay round, you will not get up. If your spine flattens, you have no runway to come up. So, you want to stay as round as possible and keep your gaze down, because that helps with the round shape. There's the tendency to kind of lift your head, to kind of throw yourself backwards. We want to do the opposite. The tighter that we stay in this ball, the easier it is to get up. Here we go. Sounds a little conceptual, but let's put it into action. If you're not rolling, you hold this position. Here we go. Heels come close to your seat. We're only doing 4. You're going to rock back to the tips of the shoulder blades, lift the hips, and come up in one piece. Rock back, lift your hips, roll through like you're going to dive through your legs. Rock back, lift up, and come up. Whoops, last time. And lower down. Harder than it looks. Let's lie on down. We're going to flow through our ab series here. We will spend a little bit less time taking breaks in between our series of 5 exercises. So, if at any point your neck starts to hurt or getting tired, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down and continue to flow through class. Flow is a huge part of this. Also, keeping your head, neck, and shoulders down doesn't make anything easier necessarily. That's the magic of Pilates. Easy doesn't necessarily exist. Different exists. A different focus exists. But easy, I don't know if easy exists in Pilates. It's a very magical system. Friendly reminder that emo's not dead. Let's lie on down. All right, hug your knees into your chest for single leg stretch. Take a big inhale at the bottom. Exhale, come all the way up. We grab onto our right leg. Stretch your left leg long. The lower the leg, the more challenging. We switch and switch and switch and switch for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring everything in together. Double leg stretch. Arms and legs stretch away from each other. Curl through your arms. Hold. And bring it in. Inhale, stretch out long. Hold. Exhale, bring it in. 2 more times, stretch out, hold. And bring it in. Last time, stretch out, hold. Exhale, bring it in. Stretch your legs to the ceiling. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down for an inhale. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Grab onto your right thigh, calf, or ankle for scissors. Other leg, the lower it goes, the harder it is. We pulse that right leg towards us. Slow scissor switch transition. Pulse, pulse. This is about the transition today. Control. We don't want to just throw the leg. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Legs up to the ceiling, hands behind your head. Lower both legs to 45 or lower. And lift it up. You can also take this in tabletop. And lift. 2 more. And lift. I know, last time. And lift, stay up, bend your legs to tabletop. Twist for crisscross. And twist. and twist, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're done. Woo, that was fun. Fun and fiery. Reach your legs long in front of you. Arms come up to the ceiling. Roll all the way up to seated. Wow. All right. Recentering on the mat, we move on. Speaking of fun and fiery, if you are interested, I will be teaching again tomorrow one of my Cos Pilates classes. It is Hua Chong themed from Heaven's Official Blessing, Heaven Official's Blessing. I always mess up the possessive. One of my favorite characters ever. Cos Pilates is cosplay plus Pilates together. So I will be dressed up on theme. And we do a whole themed class based off of a character. So I'm looking forward to doing my favorite Ghost King. I will be on theme in an eye patch, and we're going to incorporate some dice into it to change up the class. So if you're interested, it's going to be pretty fun. And I'm not even going to know what we're going to do. So I'm excited about it. So I hope you can join me then. That'll be tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. EST. And costumes not required, but I will be on theme. All right, let's do some spine stretch here. Legs are a little wider than the width of your mat. Arms come parallel to the floor. If you cannot sit up, and that means if you have rounding in your spine here and you feel like you're kind of reaching forward, take a bend of the knees so that you can find a little bit more pelvic tilt to sit right up on those sits bones. I'd rather your knees be bent here and you're nice and long and tall than you're here and you're slouching. Defeats the purpose of Pilates. Find your position here. We're going to flow through this, so 4 times. Take an inhale. Exhale, slide your arms forward as you drop your head and dive forward. Same sensation as rolling like a ball. Lift your waist to the ceiling, like you're pulling your rib cage up to the ceiling. And then slowly stack your spine bone by bone. Head comes all the way up. 2 more times. On your next exhale, slide and dive. The more you draw your waist back, the closer your head comes to the floor. And then slowly take it back up. 2 more times. And let this feel good. Release the tension in the upper body. Use your back here to keep your arms in place. Slowly come up to tall. We bring our arms out to a T. If you don't have room, tap your shoulders with your fingers. Keep your elbows aligned with your shoulders. Just the rib cage twists to the right. Don't take your hip with you. If one leg got longer, that means your hip shifted. Pull the hip that's furthest from you back and that rib forward. And then twist back to center. And come back through center. Come back to the left. Go to the left. Oh my goodness, what a mess. We're going to twist again. Just keep twisting. And then I'll just tell you when to stop. And twist. Grow taller as you twist. That's something that you should do. Lift the ribs from the hips. We're creating space to move into. And last time. Come back through center. Lower down, shake it out. Now we go open leg rocker. This is an intermediate rolling exercise that looks similar to our teaser. So teasers are those V-shape positions that we find and do in Pilates. We're going to do that, but this is a little teaser for the teaser. Oh my gosh, how much time do I have left? I promise I'll get funnier by the end of this. So from here, we're going to do a little prep for open leg rocker. Once again, if you're just joining us, we're going to be rolling. I'm on a thick Pilates mat. If you have never rolled before or you're on a thin mat, do not roll. If you have done this before, you have a system that works for you with mats, you're comfortable rolling in whatever, on whatever surface you have, that's up to your discretion. I would recommend, if your mat's really thin and you've never done this before, you're going to hold the top position with me and you're not going to roll. All right, let's find that position then. You're going to bring your hands behind your thighs. It's going to be a little bit different than rolling like a ball, but the principles are still the same. From here, you're going to find that position where we're slightly behind our sits bones, like we did with rolling like a ball. The difference here in this top position is that your chest is going to be more extended. So instead of having the whole body be round, the top position is going to be a little different. We're going to have an open chest, but we're drawing that waist back and we're holding that position just behind the sits bones. So your waist is working like crazy, drawing to the back body. Let's practice getting up in this position. You're going to bring your right leg to tabletop and lower it down. And now switch, trying to hold your spine here. Now we're going to add a transition here. Transfer in the air and try and hold that position. Kind of like our warm-up marching, staying stable in the spine. This last time, try and have both legs up in tabletop. Now from here, roll the shoulders open, draw your waist back. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower down, take a break. That is your start position. We're going to do 2 rolls with tabletop, and then we're going to add on. If adding on is too much, you're going to stay in the tabletop position. You're either going to hold the top position or you're going to roll in tabletop. So many options today. You're going to find your open leg rocker position. Now from here, this is where we find rolling like a ball. This is our top position. Now we find that roundness, rock back to the tips of the shoulder blades. As we come up, roll the shoulders open, open the chest at the top. Try it again, rock back, lift the hips, and come all the way up to tall. If you'd like to add on for the final 2, I haven't done this in a while, you're going to grab your calves or your ankles. Legs come straight. So now they're not too wide. They're going to be the width of your shoulders. Pull down on your legs, roll the shoulders open. Now we roll twice here. You rock back. Roll all the way up, push through. I haven't done this in a while, so it's going to take me a little bit. That's okay. Roll open at the top. Rock back. Dive your head through your legs, pull up. Last time here. From here, lower the leg, shake it out. That one's always been a tough one for me. I haven't done that one in a long time, so that was fun. All right, we're going to lie back down. Couple more new additions to our system since we're doing intermediate. The next thing that we'll do is corkscrew. So similar to single leg circles, we're going to be taking our legs in a circle onto the ceiling. Corkscrew is a little different in that we are allowed to lift the hips. So from here, legs are going to come up-ish to the ceiling. I don't care if they're perfectly straight. Bent is fine. Keep your heels together, toes apart wherever they are at. You can also take tabletop. It's also important that your tailbone is down. So right now my legs are past 90, but you can see that my booty, my tailbone is not down. Now my tailbone is down. So my legs aren't perfectly perpendicular to the ground, but it's more important that my tailbone is down in that neutral spine position. So from here, I'll demonstrate first in the tabletop. Arms are going to be long by your side or out long to a T. I think the T is a little easier. You get a little more support and help from the arms. From here, you're going to tick-tock your legs to the right, lifting that left hip, but keeping the left shoulder down. So it's a twist position here. And now you're going to use your side muscles here in your core, your obliques, draw everything back to center. And then we tick-tock to the left. Shoulder stays down, hip stays lifted. Take a look at your knees or your toes. If one knee or toe is longer than the other, try and match them up. And then bring it back through center. 2 more like that I'll do with straight legs. You're going to tick-tock and center and tick-tock and center. Now we add the circle. You tick-tock to the right. Circle down and around to 45 degrees. Lift up on that other hip to the other side and center. Now we reverse. Think arms in single leg circles. Press down into your shoulders. 1 more time each side. The larger the circle, the more challenging. Last time. And then bend your knees into your chest. Woohoo! Oh, corkscrew. And then there's all crazy variations of that, but that'll be for another day. Let's transition to our stomach. Flop onto your stomach for swan. We're gonna do a more intermediate swan. So no swan prep, we're gonna go right into standard swan. Legs will start the width of the mat. If you want more of a challenge, you'll start to narrow the legs. Hands are under your shoulders. Hug your elbows towards your side body. Forehead comes down to the mat. You're gonna take an inhale here. On your next exhale, abs lift up, pelvis draws down. Lift up, find your swan. Really lift your waist from the floor like there's a tack under it. And then lower it down, keeping your elbows by your side. We don't want chicken wings. We're not chickens, we're swans. This time I want you to lift up and press into your hands a little bit more. And then lower down with control. 2 more times. Lift so high up with your abs and upper back, and then press into the hands. And then same thing, lower down. Try and find that core connection. This is not an arm exercise. It's for your core and upper back. Roll your shoulders open, lift up. Now hold here. Reach your sternum long towards the front of the mat. Check in with that neck. Make sure it's not looking down or too far up. Just beyond, gaze beyond the front edge of your mat. And then slowly lower down. Prop yourself up on your forearms. We'll find our Sphinx position here. You'll make 2 fists, give yourself a little fist bump, zip your legs together. Similar to our swan position, abs up, hips down. So we're in a long diagonal spine here. Press the floor away, so we don't want to sink into the shoulder blades here. We want to press the floor away for our single leg kicks. So right leg is going to come flexed, draw the heel towards the booty twice. Closer, closer. So this is a hamstring curl. And then lower down, switch. Kick, kick. And lower down. All the while, you're staying nice and lifted in your upper body. Kick, kick, and kick, kick. Let's go a little faster. Kick, kick, and kick, kick. Little coordination for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Bring your right face cheek to the mat. I have to be specific with which cheek. Take your hands, stack them one on top of the other. Bring them to your back as high up as possible, and then let your elbows hang down. Single leg kicks, now we're on to double leg kicks. This time both legs kick towards your booty. 3, 2, 1. Press down, hook your thumbs, lift up into your swan, gaze forward. Now lift your arms up. How high can you come up in the swan? And now with control, you bring yourself back to your start position, switching gazes. We kick, kick. 3, 2, 1. Hook the arms. Lift up. 2 more times. Lower down. We kick. 3, 2, 1. Press down and lift up. Last time. Kick, kick. 3, 2, 1. Lift up and hold. Release your arms. Bring them forward. Lift your legs up. Swim them up and down. We're going for a swim for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're done. Press yourself back, find a child's pose. I definitely stole that from Nicole Byer from Nailed It. 3, 2, 1. You're done. That show's very fun. I'm not very good in the kitchen. Maybe I could be on Nailed It. Could I be the best of the worst? Maybe. All right. We're going to come lie back down on our backs. Haha. For intermediate system additions. So now we're going to do neck pull. Neck pull is one of my favorite exercises ever. I think it's just kind of fun and I always enjoy doing it. It's a step up from roll up. And we get to challenge our hinging capabilities, which we do a lot of flexion and extension on the mat, but not a lot of hinging. So it's one of the few exercises where we can access that. So just to prep for this, legs are going to be inner hip width distance apart. So you'll find the bony landmarks of your hips, find that long line, and that will be your inner hip width. So it's not as wide as the mat or wider. It's a slightly narrower stance. If you had this position, you were standing, your feet would be right under you. So a little bit different. Flex your feet like crazy and lengthen your heels long towards the front of the mat. We start with a roll up with our hands behind our head. So, stacking the hands one on top of the other behind the nape of the neck. Little bit different to start. I want you to keep your hands behind your head as long as possible, and then if you have to release your arms to roll up, that's totally valid, but we're going to start with the hands behind our head. First part, we're going to do 4 of these and we'll slowly add on the hinge. You're going to take an inhale. Exhale, roll all the way up to seated. Try to keep your elbows wide. From here, you dive forward. Drop your head. Give your neck a little stretch. Stack your spine all the way up to tall. And now without your arms, you start to roll down bone by bone. Keep reaching your legs long. How slow can you go? Oh, I surprised myself. That was a good neck pull on me. We're going to try that one more time. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll up. Dive forward, drop your head, give your neck a stretch. You don't have to push it, just let gravity take it. Stack all the way up, and then same thing, we take it down. Woo! These next 2, we add our hinge. You'll roll up, dive forward. Now stack your spine all the way up to tall. From here, we find a flat back hinge. So from your hips up, your body is a piece of steel. Hinge backwards as far as you can go. And now tuck your tail round all the way down. One more time. Dive forward. Stack your spine all the way up. And now flat back hinge. Take it all the way back down. That was fun. Drag your heels in towards your seat, setting up for shoulder bridge. Same inner hip width. You're going to curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and reach for your heels. If your fingertips can just graze your fingers, that's going to be a good spot. A couple of shoulder bridges here. We're going to take an inhale here. We do the opposite of our neck pull, excuse me. Your hips lift first, and then your middle back, and then your upper back. Finding a long diagonal spine, lining up your pubic bone with the bottom of your breastbone. And then slowly take it down bone by bone. Tail is the last thing to come down. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll up and lift your hips. And then slowly take it down bone by bone. We're going to add on, this is a single leg bridge. If this is too spicy, you're going to keep holding the bridge, which is, for me, some days hard enough. So either hold your bridge or you're going to float your right leg up to the ceiling. You're going to lower it so that your knees are aligned and then lift back up. 2 more times. And lift. Last time. Lift, place it down, and then we switch. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Last time. Place the foot down, lower down with control. That was enough. We're going to lie down on our right side, setting up for our leg series. So from here, legs are going to be long to the front corner. From tailbone to elbow, you'll be at the back edge of your mat. Hips are stacked one on top of the other. Top hand can stay in front of your chest. If you'd like more of a challenge, this hand goes away behind your head. It's very exciting stuff. So I'm going to demo a little bit of both. And we'll play with slightly different variations on our leg series today. So you're going to lift up your top leg. You're going to kick it twice to the front, point the toe, reach it back behind you without shifting the hips. So you'll squeeze your glute, but keep your hip forward. 2 more times. Kick to the front, point, reach it back behind you, trying to keep the leg at the same height the whole time. Last time. Float the leg back to a hover. You flex, lift it up. Point, lower it down. Flex, lift. Point to lower. 1 more time. Point to lower, hold. Find a little external rotation like we did in single leg circle. So the top of the thigh opens the door. And bring it back in. Wrap the inner thigh open and bring it in. Last time, open and hold. 5 baseball-sized circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, you're going to take your knee. Option 1, knee stays bent, it lowers down in front of you. Option 2, the foot plants on the mat, your top arm hooks in front of you to hold on to the leg. We're going to work the inner thigh on this long leg. So wherever you're at, this long leg is going to lift up to the ceiling and lower down. And lift and lower. 3 more times. 2 more times. Last time. Now from here you lift it up. Draw 5 as big of circles as you can get. 5, 4. Try to aim for actual circles. Sometimes they get a little interpretive. Reverse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top. We're going to pulse up, 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 up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Top leg comes back. Bend your knees in. Press yourself up. We're going to do a little mermaid transition here. It's not classical in that it's out of order, but it's classical to the intermediate system. So I like being a little rebellious. So you're sitting on your right hip. 2 options here for your mermaid. You can keep your legs bent, one on top of the other like so. Or you can take, a triangle position. So front shin parallel to the long edge of your mat. You can also kind of offset your legs as well. You got a couple of options here. I'm going to go for the tighter shape because I've been challenging myself to kind of hold myself up here. Your left hand is going to come to your left shin. Right arm comes up to the ceiling. Keep the shoulder away from your ears. You're going to take an inhale, lift the ribs away from your hips. Exhale, side bend, tip over to the side. Now come back through center, bring your arms out to a T. You're going to reach that right arm long past your mat. With control, fall onto the forearm and arc over. Really lift those bottom ribs away. And then control it, bring it all the way back up. We take it again. Tip over for your mer person. And then bring it, reach it long with control, fall over with grace and beauty for your counter stretch. One more time. Woohoo! It's a little bit of core strength to get up there. And then stretching long. Nice and controlled. And all the way back up. Switching the legs, let's take it to the other side. Grab a sip of coffee or beverage on your way. I have gotten recommendations to be like, should you do like a Pilates evening where we drink wine and then do Pilates? It sounds fun, but it could also be dangerous. But maybe we try it. I don't know. Let me know what you think. An evening with fancy Pilates evening with wine and cheese and a charcuterie board. Thank you, Jujubee. Ever since I saw Jujubee do Cher on RuPaul's Drag Race and say that Cher is short for charcuterie, I have officially adopted charcuterie in lieu of charcuterie into my vocabulary. All right, let's take it to the other side. Love Jujubee, one of my favorite Drag Race contestants of all time. She's super cool. You're gonna lift that top leg up. All right, we lather, rinse, repeat. Kick, kick to the front. Point, reach it back behind you. Kick, kick. Point, reach it back. One more time. Reach it back. We bring the leg to a hover. You flex, reach the heel long, lift it up. Point, reach to lower. Each time like you're scooping into the air in front of you. Last time. External rotation. Wrap that inner thigh. Last time, open and hold. Baseball-sized circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, leg bends, either rests in front or you take the foot down. There's no name for this position, so this weird pretzel position. Long leg, think inner thigh up to the ceiling. Reach the leg long as you lift up. 3 more. The longer you reach your limbs, the harder you work and the stronger you get. Lift up, draw circles with the heel, as big as you can, and controlled. 2 more in this direction, and now we reverse. Accent on the up, 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 up. For 2, 1, lift it up, pulse, 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 pulse. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, lower down. Leg comes long on top, and then bend your knees and set up for our fabulous side bend. So this time you're sitting on your left hip. If you're switch sides, if you're on a different side as me, doesn't matter, we've done both after this. So arm comes up to the ceiling, you'll take an inhale, exhale, tip over. Come all the way up, find your arms at a T, reach, reach, reach. Majestic side bend, counter stretch. Come all the way back up 2 more times. There are 2 exercises that we're not going to be doing today. One is jackknife, which is fine. I also kind of don't want to do it today. But the other one is can-can. Can-can has got to be my least favorite Pilates exercise of all time. I've always been bad at it. I cannot quite understand it. I understand it, but it's like it just doesn't get 404 error in my brain. It's kind of awkward. It's kind of funny. It's a little silly. So just because it's complicated between me and can, so we're not going to do it until we work it out. We have to go to marriage counseling about it, but hopefully we can work it out. But we're going to move straight into our teasers now. So teaser 1, 2, and 3 are part of intermediate system. We're going to just do 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to start with 1. And if 1 is where you're at and what you want to work, you're going to take that into the next 2 reps. So find whichever variation works for you, or work your way up with me to 3. So we're going to start lying down once more. Our legs will start in tabletop, legs zipped together. If you really want to skip teaser 1 and keep the legs long here, you can start that there. But I'm going to do tabletop with everyone. Arms are going to come up to the ceiling. Other option is to bring the hands behind the thighs to help you get up. But we're going to start with the arms up to the ceiling. Think open leg rocker here. You're going to curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and roll all the way up into that teaser position, which is right behind the sits bones, chest open, just like our open leg rocker. You'll hold here for 3, 2, 1. Keep your legs where they are. With control, roll all the way back to your start position. Quick hug of the knees into your chest. So the descent is really slow and really controlled. What we don't want to do is crash down to the mat. The more we can work the articulation in our dismount and work the control into our dismount, the stronger we're going to get. So keep that in mind as you maybe add on to the straight legs. Arms come up to the ceiling. Wherever your legs are, our fingers are going to reach for our toes. As you curl up, think reach, 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 reach. Keep your arms parallel to your legs. Hold for 3. Maybe the thighs come closer to the chest. And 1. Keep reaching the legs long. How slow can you descend down? And then hug your knees into your chest. Whew, I'm getting sweaty. Teaser 3. Teaser 3, we start flat on the mat, and then we upper body and lower body come up in a V all at the same time. Very exciting stuff. Reach is really important with this. I want you to think the legs are lengthening before they're lifting up. So that feeling that we talked about in leg series about kind of scooping into the air in front of us. That's what I want you to feel here. Arms come up to the ceiling, or if you want, they could come all the way behind you, kind of like our warm-up from the beginning of class. You're going to take an inhale. Exhale, roll all the way up. Lift the legs, find your teaser. We'll hold for 3, 2, 1. Now fold everything back at the same time. Woohoo, we're done. Come all the way up. We're gonna do a final rolling exercise called seal. If you thought the other two looked silly, seal is hilarious. So, to face you to start, same heels together, toes apart position. Instead of coming around the outside of the legs, you're gonna take your hands, you're gonna dive them in between your legs, wrap your arms around to grab the fronts of your ankles, and you'll have your heels together, toes apart. Legs will be open. Maybe slightly wider than the width of your shoulders. Definitely wider than your shoulders. So from here, in this strange position, you're gonna find your rolling like a ball position with your heels. So the same thing that we do, rock back to the tips of the shoulder blades and come up, but this time we add a little method acting into the mix. You're gonna clap your heels together 3 times. And then as you rock back, you're gonna try to get 3 more claps in before you come back up to the top position. So I'll demo one. You're gonna clap 3 times. Arf, arf, arf. Rock back, clap your heels 3 more times before you come all the way back up. Let's try it together. Arf, arf, arf. Arf, arf, arf. 2 more times. Last time. Come all the way up and hold. Now for fun, try 2 more with as many claps as you can go. I'm gonna go 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. 1 more time. Yes. Lower down, shake it out. Alrighty. Let's end with some front support and then you'll be done for the day. So we'll stand at the back edge of our mat. Heels together, toes apart in our Pilates stance. Finding that neutral spine standing here. So thinking at the ring of the hips, ring of the ribs, ring of the crown of the head are all lining up in concentric circles. You're gonna take an inhale, bring your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold over. Forward fold over. Blah, blah, blah. Walk your hands out into your plank position, your front support position, either on the forearms or straight. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Pike your hips up to the ceiling and walk your hands back to meet your feet. Slowly roll all the way up to tall. Ooh, a little congested. Sorry about that. So for our next 2, we're going to incorporate serratus push-ups. These are push-ups that are part of the intermediate system. So the next one that we're going to do, I'm going to teach you how to do it. We're going to do it, and then we'll have a full show time for the 3rd and final one. You're going to bring your arms up to the ceiling. On your next exhale, forward fold. You'll walk your hands out into your plank, and then we're all going to find a forearm plank. Make a fist with one hand, cup it with the other in your forearm plank. Now your hips stay where they are. I want you to imagine you have a pencil in between your shoulder blades, and you're just going to squeeze them together. So your chest drops, but your hips stay where they are, and then lift up. You can always take these on the knees too. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and press them away. Try 3 more. And press. And 2. And press. Last time. We find our plank, find our down dog, walk it back. Roll all the way up. We have 1 more round of 5 serratus push-ups. Inhale, arms come up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands out. We find that forearm plank position, and we go for 5. Just the shoulder blades move in the chest. Don't drop the hips. 2 more times. Last time. Find your plank. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pike your hips up. Pedal it out a little bit. Walk your hands back. Drop your head at the bottom. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly roll up to your start position. Draw your shoulders back. And you're ready for whatever. I don't know what time it is where you are. You're ready for anything. Good job today. I hope this was fun, educational, and sweaty. I feel like I had fun. I felt like I learned something, and I'm definitely sweaty, so. If you enjoyed class, I teach this class every Saturday, 10 a.m. EST. You can check my schedule on the section of Twitch that allows you to do that. I can't remember the name of it. Some tab. You probably know better than me. And YouTube as well. I also simultaneously stream on both. So if you can't log into Twitch or YouTube, you can always join the other one. I also leave these classes up. So if you can't make it live and you want to take class, they're up for viewing. So, and they're all free. So I hope you enjoy them. Cost Pilates is tomorrow, Hwa Chung themed. It's going to be, I think it's going to be fun because we're going to incorporate dice into it. If you know, you know. I'm going to be dressed up in my Hwa Chung gear, and it's going to be hot and heavy. It's going to be sweaty, and there's going to be dice. So the dice is going to determine what we do. So that's going to be, I don't even know what we're going to do. So that'll be really fun, I hope, for everyone to give it a go. All right, if you would like and you'd like to follow what I'm doing, you can follow me on Instagram at Move with Sarah, Move W Sarah with an H. I'm only on Instagram right now. If you think I should be on TikTok or have any feedback on that, let me know. I feel a little old and uncool for it, but let me know. But right now I'm on Instagram. You can catch me there with any updates for live and in-person classes, and also all my online stuff that I'm working on. So with that, thank you for being here. I hope you have a great start to your week, and I hope you can join me tomorrow. If not, hopefully I'll see you next week. See you on the mat soon. Thank you, everyone. Bye.